Let's talk about something really controversial. ELDs, electronic logging devices. I love mine. I was a holdout. I waited till the last minute to use it. Now that I have it, I love it. I've been wrong before. But let me debunk some of the rumors about them and things that people say are the reason that we shouldn't have them and why they're dangerous for truck drivers. I could debunk some of that, and I'm open for discussion. ELDs force you to drive when you're tired. No, the ELD doesn't force you to do anything. The ELD is a clock. It's an electronic clock that is hooked into your computer. So it doesn't actually force you to do anything. The laws are what forces you to do things, but I don't think that's true anymore. When ELDs first came out, it was true. It was definitely true. But now I don't feel that it is, because you can stop. You can stop and go off duty, and your 14-hour clock will stop. That was the biggest complaint at the beginning of ELDs, because you couldn't stop and take a nap. Let's say you were tired. Every day's different. Every day's different. Some people never take naps. Some people take a nap every day. Sometimes you're just tired. You could have slept 10 hours the night before, and then maybe you're tired middle day and you need to pull over and take a little nap. And that was a problem at first, but that problem was fixed. Your 14-hour clock now stops. I think it's for up to 3 hours. It will actually stop, which means that if you do take a 3-hour nap in the middle of the day, you now have 17 hours. So that's kind of debunked. And really, like I said, I was a holdout for ELDs. I did not want ELD in my truck. In fact, I will lay it out for you here. I was, years ago, Landstar started requiring ELDs when you leased onto them. I was, however, grandfathered in because I was there before they required ELDs. So I was grandfathered in. I was able to go paper, even though everybody knew coming in had to run ELDs. And I kept running paper for years. Then what happened is that when the law was actually going into effect, it was going to go into effect about 6 months before the law went into effect. Landstar sent an email out to those of us that were grandfathered in and said, hey, we will give you an ELD if you put it in now, basically get used to it before the laws go into effect. So obviously, yeah, it was, I forget at the time, $600, $700, $800 piece of equipment that they're going to give to me. So they sent it to me, and I left it sitting on a shelf as long as I could. Probably 2 months it sat up there. So I was a holdout. I was with you guys. I did not think that the ELD was a good thing. But finally, Landstar sends this to me and says, look, if you don't hook this up in your truck, we're going to charge you for it. So I did hook it up. And by this time, it was about 3 months before the law was going into effect. And took a little bit of getting used to, and now I love it. People say, I actually had a friend who runs paper and never ran ELDs, said, are you telling me that if you could go back to paper, you wouldn't do it? No chance. No way. I want that ELD in my truck. And let's talk about why. Guys, I did the outlaw thing. I did it for more of my career than not. So, I'm not hating on you. I'm not going to be, you tell me you run paper logs or you do this or do that. I'm not hating on you for it. But it just, since going to it, when you actually think about it, the peace of mind behind it just seems so much better. So, all right, I know a guy who runs paper, and he will not get easy pass and he will not get pre-pass. And says, I don't want to be tracked while running all over the country with an iPhone. An iPhone of all things, not even an Android, an iPhone. They're all trackable, but the iPhone, the most tracked phone anywhere. Running around the country with an iPhone. Plus, your trucks, I cannot say this enough. If you have an electronic engine, and we all do. Now, somebody's going to come and say, no, I drive a 1988 Freightliner Peterbilt or something with it. Okay, I know they're out there, but 95%, 99%, I don't know, of us have electronic engines, and that electronic engine is constantly saying what you are doing. constantly. Anybody can download it with the right, all you got to do is have the right software. You know, every dealership has the right software. Everybody has it. They know what the truck was doing. They know how fast it was going at this time. They know everything. So, isn't it better to actually have a computer that's keeping you in line? I'm not going to say there's not times that I get screwed over by the laws. Not the ELD. Again, the ELD is just, don't say the ELD is ruining everything, because it's not. The ELD is a clock. I can't say that enough. It's a clock. It is a fancy Swatch watch that hangs from your, for you younger drivers, Swatch watch, you probably want to look it up. It was the coolest thing ever. But anyway, yeah. Now, when I get parked at night, when I park, if I ran up the hours, I get parked. It used to be I'd park and I'd be like, all right, I could sleep 4 hours and then maybe I can go drive another 200 miles or something. And that 4 hours would probably turn into 5 hours. And when I got up, I'm still dead tired going down the road. It's dangerous. I didn't think so at the time. I was just a little bit tired. All right, add some caffeine. But when you have an ELD in your truck and you stop and you turn that thing to off duty or sleeper berth, whichever you do, by the way, whichever is legal, you can, if you're in sleeper berth, turn it to off duty. But you turn it to off duty and 10 hours. You know you're going to be down for 10 hours. There's no thought process to, all right, what is the minimum amount of sleep I need? It doesn't matter. You got 10 hours. So guys, there you have it. It wasn't a very long video. There's many things to say about it. There's many arguments to make. You know, definitely comment below if you agree with me. Say you agree with me. If you don't agree with me, don't tell me, because I don't care. No, that's not true. You know, I love a good debate. You know, we could debate about anything. But yeah, I wouldn't go back to paper, even if it was an option. If they changed the laws and you could go back to paper, but an ELD was still a good thing, you can. And I cannot stress this enough to people when talking about this. I did it in another video. You are being tracked. Now, you may say, I'm a good driver. I don't get into accidents. Okay, but not all accidents are your fault. You're going down the road, somebody cuts in front of you. Somebody is drunk, out of their mind, cuts in front of you, and they die in the accident. You're going to get sued. Doesn't matter if it's your fault. Your company or your insurance company or anybody else, they're going to have to hire lawyers. I promise you, you're going to get sued. Your truck, you're guaranteed going to get sued. And when they go through and they download your engine, they get, you know, I guess it would be a subpoena or a I don't know if it's a, yeah, whatever. I don't know what it is, but they will be able to download your engine. They will get your phone records. And I joked earlier about iPhone being the most tracked phone. It doesn't matter if you're on Android or iPhone. You are constantly being tracked. Whether you have tracking, whether you have all tracking turned off, no matter what, they know where you are. They know where it's pinging. So when your logbook says that you are sleeping, and yet you're paying off different towers going down the road, you're going to lose in court. Doesn't matter how wrong the other person was. The laws that the ELD enforces keep that from happening. Right, wrong, or indifferent. Sure, I miss the good old days, but I also didn't realize back then just how much I was being tracked, because I've never driven a mechanical engine truck. I mean, not for my job on the road. So that means that I was always being tracked. I've always had a cell phone since I've been driving. I started driving in 2022, 2002. I started driving, and I've always had a cell phone, so always been tracked. So if you are a guy still running paper, and just take that to heart, that you are being tracked. And to have somebody say, when they say, well, it forces drivers to do this, it forces drivers to do that. No, it doesn't actually force anything. It forces you to obey the law. So if you were going to do something different, you were actually going to break the law. You were actually going to break the law. And then when you are breaking the law and somebody cuts in front of you, God forbid, we don't want to see that happen. But when it happens, you're done. You're done. Good chance you're going to do jail time. If a drunk driver hits you and dies, you're going straight down the road, you're wide awake, you're perfect, everything else. Boom, somebody pulls out in front of you, they die. Drunk, high on heroin, everything else, it doesn't matter. You were wrong. You're going to pay. And you're probably going to do some jail time for breaking the law. So, right, wrong, or indifferent, the outlaw days, you could still do it. I wouldn't do it. And quite frankly, I like when I shut down at night that thing says no matter what anybody says to you, you're down for 10 hours. And that makes for some peaceful sleep. So, anyway, guys, comment below. I know I'm going to get stupid comments where people just say you're wrong. If you say I'm wrong, that's fine. But please explain why I'm wrong. I might do a follow-up from this with some of the comments and stuff. But just say why I'm wrong. I'm okay. I might be wrong. There may be instances that are totally different. But, yeah, that's where we're at. So please comment. I love reading the comments. Also, if you don't want to comment, you can email me. It's finchresources@gmail.com. You can also find me. I don't do a lot on Instagram. I always say that, but I do have an Instagram account. I do a lot on Facebook. So you might want to go over and join the Trucking Resources Facebook page. But yeah, Instagram and Facebook, Trucking Resources. And you can also check out our website if you want. I got some cool, not just swag, but actual products for truckers, bull snot, things like that. And but anyway, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. And I'll catch you on the next one.